week and a half ago, American Express reported a breathtakingly great quarter, and since then, the stock's rallied about 8%. Credit quality strong, people are spending big, especially on travel, and the company keeps hitting its ambitious long-term growth targets. Very impressive. Earlier today, American Express hosted an Investor Day event right here in New York, and afterwards, we got to sit down with Chairman and CEO Steve Squeri at his headquarters. Take a look. Steve, it's been 2 years since we got together. Tell me how the company has been transformed since then.
Well, it's great to be with you again. I think, Jim, what we've done over the last few years, and it's not just 2, but we've been working at this for the last 6 years, is that, we've really leaned into acquisition. We've accelerated our acquisitions, and a lot of that's due to the value proposition enhancements that we've been doing, which are really critical. We've leaned into millennials and Gen Z. Millennials and Gen Z make up a larger part of our business now. In 2019, it was about 19% of our spending. Now it's about 32%.
That's incredible.
And 60%. No, not a long time at all. And 60% of the cards that we're acquiring are millennial and Gen Z. We've increased our marketing investments. And why? Because we see a tremendous opportunity out there to get our card products coverage. And we have virtual parity coverage in the United States, and we continue to make coverage improvements internationally, and that's worked out really well for us. And then the last 2 things, which more from an expense perspective, our credit numbers continue to be best in class. The gap continues to widen to our competition, and we're still below, pre-pandemic, levels of 2019. And the way we fund our receivables now, 70% of our funding now comes from personal savings. So that's a lower cost of funding for us, which actually then helps our profitability.
Right, definitely. The gross margins were terrific. I want to go back to something you said about the millennials and Gen Z. My generation, I get out of college. All I want to do is get an American Express card. It's a little too hard to get. I finally get one in 1981. Proud member since 81. It was prestige. Now it's almost a necessity among young people. How did you make it so that people feel without it, I can't do what I want to do?
Well, thank you for 1981. Same year I got the card. But, I think what happened for us is that we realized that going after millennials and Gen Z was a key thing for us. We used to go after them with a no-fee card, but a no-fee card didn't have a lot of benefits. That's why you paid no fee for it. And so what millennials and Gen Zs and what we realized was that they wanted access. They wanted experiences. They wanted to get special privileges. And when you look at the cards that are really out there for millennials and Gen Z, which is the gold card and the platinum card, which is what 60% of acquisition is right now, they want this card because it helps them live their lives. And they look at the price that they pay, but the value that they get is so much more. So when you look at a platinum card holder who's spending, $695 and maybe getting $1,400 of value, it's a no-brainer for them. And so having that fee-based card for them was critical. The other points I'd like to make on this is that when we get a millennial, and we just showed this at our Investor Day today, if you go back 4 or 5 years ago, they now spend twice as much as they did 5 years ago on that card because we're growing with them as they grow through their lives. The other thing is the average life we predict for these millennials will be over 20 years.
So in other words, the lifetime value of a millennial is huge versus someone who is 50, 60.
Yeah, and so if you look at acquiring a Gen Xer or a baby boomer right now, and we're not opposed to acquiring baby boomers and Gen Xers, but the lifetime value is going to be 2x, and the lifespan that we're going to have with that card member is going to be much greater.
Now, how do you know what to offer? It seems like you have an uncanny sense of what people in their 20s and 30s want, but that's not you. What is it, artificial intelligence, young people, smart people you hire?
Well, I got a lot of smart people. It's certainly not me, that I could tell you, but we got a lot of smart people that we hire, and I think the most important thing that we've learned is you've got to listen to your customer, and we spend a lot of time listening to our customer. Our customers, our most valuable asset that we have in addition to our colleagues, but by listening to our customers and anticipating their needs, and then by creating cohorts of those customers, again, using artificial intelligence to determine then how do you target market those customers has really helped us. But that value proposition development for us is really listening to our customers.
All right, so what are they doing? We know restaurants, year-over-year growth, 8%, lodging, 5%. I mean, airlines, people are going, others 11%. We got to talk about this because sometimes I think, geez, either the consumer is so hot that the Fed should worry about it, or it's just you've got whatever dollar amount that people spend is yours.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, consumer grew at 8%, which is a good number. You know, it obviously grew a lot more, you know, a couple of years ago. But I think, you know, what's happened here is you got a bifurcated economy, and that bifurcated economy with the premium end, which is what we have. We focus on that premium end, and there's still a lot of discretionary spending. And, you know, when you think about even millennials now, you know, the last quarter, millennials grew 15%. Millennial and Gen Z grew 15% for the last 2 quarters. Right. They're used to using their card everywhere all the time. Right. Because, you know, when you think about when you and I started using the card, Amex wasn't accepted everywhere. No. But when you think about someone who's acquired the card in the last 6 or 7 years, Amex is accepted everywhere. And so they're using the card now for everyday purchases. In fact, those under 35 do 70% more transactions in restaurants than our other cohorts.
Now, a lot of people feel, well, wait a second, it's 10% growth, how it continue? I look at what you could do in international growth, which people don't realize you still don't have the penetration you could get.
Right. So if you look at our top five markets in international, we only have 6% market share. But yet, our international consumer grew 14% in billings last quarter, and small business grew 13%. And small business internationally is really a nascent market. And so as we continue to increase coverage, as we continue to drive value, I think international is a huge growth opportunity for us.
Now, let's talk about the new things that you're giving. I mean, for instance, Centurion. How do you know that's not going to cost you too much? How do you figure out what people really want and it doesn't hurt your bottom line?
Yeah, so, you know, look, we're putting in a new lounge in Newark.
Gigantic.
And it's a gigantic 17,000 square foot lounge. But, you know, if you think about the New York area, we need a lounge in Newark. Yes. And we've worked on that a long time, and we're happy to have that launch in the near future. But we need to continue adding value. But I think, you know, Jim, the key thing is we've increased our scale so much. And so when you go back to the growth plan that we had, that growth plan was all about increasing our scale. By increasing our scale, it gave us more degrees of freedom to make those investments. The other thing that we've done is our operating expenses. From 2017 to 2023, operating expenses were 30% as a percent of revenue in 2017. It's now down to 25%. So that gives us the leverage to invest back into the business, to acquire more card members, and to put more services and add more value for our cardholders.
All right, so how about Resi? How's that working out for you?
Resi's working out great. You know, I mean, you have a restaurant. How's it working out for you?
Resi is how you get people.
Right, and so, and I think, you know, what Resi was a great acquisition for us because what it did, it addressed the needs of 2 constituents. It addressed the needs of our cardholders, and it addressed the needs of restaurateurs. And so what we're able to do, and it's an open platform, so what we're able to do is not only provide value to our cardholders, but we're able, because it is an open platform, to attract other non-cardholders who may want to consider becoming card members.
Now, you are widening the gap considerably against other cards. What's the secret there?
Well, I think that, you know, when you look at widening the gap, we're not resting on our laurels. We're continuing to invest in this business, which is why I think when you look at our growth plan, you know, people say to me, well, geez, why don't, you know, you exceeded in the first quarter. Well, we may have exceeded, you know, sort of analyst expectations, but those weren't in my, when I put my plan together, I didn't put analyst expectations into my plan. But we're right on track with our plan, and we continue to invest. And so we have a revenue target, which allows us to grow our scale, and we have that EPS target. So we're balancing those two. But we are investing in more value propositions. We're investing in more access. We're investing in more technology, and that creates more value and allows us to widen that gap.
Well, I have to tell you, everything is working. I mean, this is full speed ahead. That last quarter was great. Actually, ever since you took over, it's just a new company. And congratulations to you and to the people who work for you.
Well, it's the people that work for me. I mean, it's the 75,000 people that work at American Express. When you have a problem and you pick up that phone and call, or you get on and chat, those are the people that make the magic happen.
Those are real people, by the way. It's not a bot, right? I mean, because last time I looked.
Those are real people, and they make the magic happen for us.
Well, it is happening. It's Steve Squeri, America's Best Chairman and CEO. Wow.
Thank you.
Just great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Steve.
Coming up, can ticker symbol KO deliver a knockout for your portfolio? Cramer cracks open a convo with Coca-Cola, fresh off earnings. Next. Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.